I'll tell you, Family Guy has gotten a renaissance over the last couple of years on the timeline.
Where'd that come from?
Reappreciation, I guess, is a good way to put it. Like it's been.
He was just doing the Blue Harvest bit.
I was doing the Blue Harvest.
We hopped
bit.
on. Yeah, it's a classic.
Situation when he it's the soft like. Well, I don't know what was like. He's like talking like how to like ask a girl out on for a date. It's like, well, why don't you just be honest with me? Tell her how you feel. All the dead stormtroopers are around, and he's got the coffee. Kicks his feet.
The radio
up.
show.
So good.
All three of those.
Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they love Family Guy, man. They really do.
I love Family Guy.
Big return guys. I haven't sat down and watched an episode of Family Guy in quite some time, but I'll tell you, man.
I've watched a lot of Family Guy on top of a clip of Subway Surfers. Or next to a clip of Subway Surfers.
That was one of the 1975's best bits on their most recent tour. Like, Maddie would be on talking about, like, existentialism and consumerism and postmodernism and all this kind of stuff. But on the side, they had, like, a screen recording of Subway Surfers and Family Guy at the same time. Oh, man. The Gen Z and Gen Alpha love those memes, too. Just put anything over
How
Subway
old are Gen
Surfers.
Alpha?
Gen Alpha, aren't they like? What would that be? They were born in like 2010.
That's
See,
the
here's
start
the
of
thing.
Gen Alpha?
Yeah.
That's
right?
too soon. That's too close to Gen Z. Because when does Gen Z start?
No.
Gen Z is technically is 96, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's not.
I missed it by 3
Maybe.
months.
Because generation's what, like 25, 30 years? 33 years?
Well, I don't think that's true.
Well, a generation doesn't start every 5 years. You know what I mean?
No, I think it's like technically the
think
way
it's
they
like
have
15.
the way they categorize it. Yeah, it is like 14 or 15 years.
15?
Yeah.
How many years for a generation? Google won't let me down. 15 to 20 years. Wow.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Over a 15 to 20 year span, such as the millennial. I would have thought it's way
Quiet
more.
as it's kept.
Quiet as it's kept. Because you think it's like
Yeah.
that next group's like parents, then, right? Because like most people aren't having kids at 20. I'm not going to be having a kid at 30.
Well, now, I mean, for a while though, that is what it was though.
Good point. You raise a good point. Well, not 15,
Yeah.
but 20. Yeah, you know,
but 20. I mean,
20
20
makes sense.
bunch of mix in Dorchester. By the time they're 25, they've got a baker's dozen kids in those Irish battleships. You know.
Jesus.
I'm Irish. We can say it. All
True.
right.
It's true.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Anyways, in any event,
I have
that's
a clover on my hat.
That's true.
That's Irish.
And Liam's wearing a Celtics
Liam's
jersey.
got the Celtics jersey.
I'm the only one not
Love
wearing
my
a green
C's.
right now.
What hat is that? Is that your Ruby Legs hat?
It is Ruby Legs, yes.
Nice.
I knew it.
Nice.
It
knew
is.
it.
It is.
He loves his ruby legs.
Loves his
his
scars,
Ruby
loves his
legs.
ruby legs. Loves his Irish battleships with the mix in Dorchester, too. Anyway, that's Stoop Kid, a.k.a. Jake. We're also joined by Marlon Bird. Any reason why you're getting on the random player name, Liam? It just spoke to you today.
Bringing it back to that.
Are you jacking Fitz's flow?
Well, no. I mean, we were doing it for so long, and then we stopped. I mean, you and me, Jake, we haven't done it in years at this point.
I have no. I almost did Tim Walls tonight. I don't know. I was just having fun. I had fun with it.
You're going balls to the walls here now.
He's
right.
full shit lib, and he knows.
I'm
he knows.
yeah. Sorry if that offends tonight. I am.
Jake Blue Wave Wallinger here.
Tim got up there and made a couch fucker joke, and that was enough for me.
He got up and Jake started going, "Orange man bad, orange man bad."
They literally chanted "Lock him up" at the rally.
I did. I saw that.
Did they? I didn't
see
see that clip.
Yeah,
I saw the couch
Funny's
clip.
funny.
Anyways, I'm Jonathan Arauz, a.k.a. Fitz. This is Pod on Lansdowne. We're happy you could join us here in the midst of, gentlemen, I don't think it's exaggeration to say. Did I just skip out, by the way? I froze on my computer.
No,
but
you're
was
okay.
I fine?
No, you're good.
No, you're okay.
You're good.
Very nice technology gaffe there as I was about to make a bold statement about the Boston Red Sox. What I was going to say is that we're in the middle of, I don't think it's exaggeration to say that this is the biggest season or the biggest series of the season.
season.
Yeah, this is the biggest season.
The biggest season in franchise history.
quiet as that's kept, right? No, 2024 is a landmark season in the history of this proud franchise. But no, the biggest series of the regular season here in Kansas City, the team holding the third and final wild card spot as we record here on Tuesday evening, just before first pitch in Game 2 of the series at Kauffman, as we live and breathe. Red Sox a game and a half back. They'll either be back to 2.5 or just a half game by the time you listen to this. Tied in the loss column, I should have you know. But as we enter the dog days of summer, gentlemen, trade deadline has come and gone. This being the closest competition, a potential chance to take 2 or 3 on the road. I do sincerely believe that to date, this is the biggest series of the year. What say you, gentlemen? Let's start with Liam. Do you agree with that assessment of the situation?
I mean, it's funny you say that because now at this point, we're probably going to be saying every series is the most important series of the year.
Yeah. This White Sox series at home, massive.
It's huge. It's huge. But no, I agree. If we can leave Kansas City ahead, I mean, a sweep would obviously be massive. Best case scenario is that. But I don't know. I mean, they're starting to look better, obviously, out of the All-Star break. The West Coast trip was not great. And obviously, the starting pitching, we can get into this. I'm opening a whole can of worms. Is giving up a lot of home runs, but the offense is clicking like crazy. And it's been helpful because the pitching has not been great so far in the second half. But I agree, Fitz. Let's leave Kansas City ahead in the wild card and call it a day.
And then get on to our next biggest series of the season, which is at home against Houston. That's a big series. What can you say?
Oh, you going to any of those games, Fitz? Been meaning to ask you.
I don't think so. There is an outside chance I'm there Saturday. I don't think I can swing it Friday. There's an outside chance for Saturday, but no promises and leaning towards probably not. But if that changes, I know who to call.
Okay, you let me know.
The Rays. I'm just looking at the standings right now. The Rays are outplaying their expected win-loss by 6 games. Nobody else is more than like 2 off of theirs. What a stupid franchise.
Pythag.
Anyway, yeah. Well,
it is funny. Like, I mean, when was the last time we played them? Was it that sweep in Tampa in May?
Oh God,
it feels like
it's like since then I haven't thought about them, and I'm like, oh, they're not having a good year. All of a sudden, you look, they're 3 games over 500. They're 3 back of us. Like,
yeah,
they're like a cockroach. They're like a cockroach. They don't go away.
They traded their best hitter, second best.
Yeah, right. And of course.
Two of 3, I guess. They traded, yeah.
Weren't they at Fenway middle of May as well? Did we kind of do like a sort of not back-to-back series, but 2 quick ones?
Yeah, it was kind of like
home
there
and
was
home.
Maybe one right in the middle of those 2. But yeah,
do we know what our record is against the Royals this year? Do either of you know?
We took 2 of 3 during that series at Fenway, so we're 3-1 against them now.
Correct. 20 runs scored against 15 runs against.
So if we win tonight, then we lock up that tiebreaker as well, which could be very important.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
There's no game 163.
Yeah, because we have it on Seattle, which is big. And I guess
we're gonna find out if we have it on Houston if push comes to shove there. I don't think it will. I think they'll win the division. But
what if you're tied? What if you're both 3-3? Is it run differential?
I think it does go to something like that, right?
It could either be run differential or it could be like record against. Well, I was going to say record against common opponents, but you play everybody, so
because
maybe
if we lose the next 2 games, then it would be 3-3 against Kansas City, and then I don't know.
That's actually really good.
Yeah,
Liam, are you getting on that? Do you want me to get on that? What's that second?
Oh, you want me to look at the tiebreaker?
Stat guy, do the stat thing. We'll find
Yanks
out.
and O's knotted up at the top of the division now, huh?
Yeah, well, Susan.
Yeah, neither of them move me, guys. If we can get hot, if we can just get hot right at the very end.
The Yankees have like
neither of them scare me.
The Yankees rotation stinks. It stinks.
The Orioles rotation is decimated. I think like Grayson Rodriguez had diarrhea or something. I don't
sorry,
know.
what?
He got scratched like right before first pitch. The
Well, that
rumor
doesn't
is it
mean
was
he's gone for the year. It's not like that's not like Tommy.
no. But I'm just saying in general. It's like Corbin Burns, Grayson, and Zach Eflin
One
and
time,
Rogers.
Tuukka Rask, Boston Bruins goaltender, he had the shits once and couldn't play a game.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
I think it was a playoff game. Hold on, wait, no, not.
I'm thinking of like a shot of MLB Network. It goes to Brian Kenny coming out of commercial.
Grayson Rodriguez out for the year. Diarrhea.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have very solemn news here on MLB Network. One of the rising talents in Major League Baseball, right-handed pitcher Grayson Rodriguez, is expected to miss the remainder of the 2024 campaign due to the runs. And not the runs that he's giving up on the mound, but the runs that he's putting in the porcelain, folks. Grayson Rodriguez, apparently 6 to 8 months recovery from food poisoning. Had some raw meat last night.
That's what it was. It was like their last game of the year, and like they could have, if they won, they could have made the playoffs, and Tuukka couldn't play because he had the poops.
Listen.
Yeah, we've all been there.
I think it's a valid excuse. Like, no one's going to question
I've told
that,
this story. I've told this story. When I had the stomach bug, I pooped my pants.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, I pooped them. Sorry.
I feel like that's the commonly accepted colloquialism for I've got the shits. Like, oh, I've got a stomach bug. And I think that's kind of like people understand. Yeah, sorry, boss. I can't make it to work today because I'm shitting my brains out consistently. There's a more diplomatic way to put this. But as half of our audience turns it off, turns the podcast off, changes the state, whatever they do. Right?
That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, this is a big tune out right here. But no, you're right, Liam. The Bats waking up, especially at this time, especially as we hit this pivotal series against Kansas City, could not have come at a better time. And as for the pitching, as for the home runs, some of it concerns me, some of it doesn't. I wrote this in the Brushback article. With Cutter Crawford, it's a little bit more of a concern, although he's generally done an all right job of limiting. What's that?
It's a crisis.
Well, yeah, he's given up like about 45 home runs in his last 3 starts combined.
Hey,
right?
he set the record. He set the record. 12 home runs in 3 straight starts.
Yeah,
total.
But I also think that can swing the other way.
That's history.
Like,
that's history.
This isn't a matter of Crawford.
Where were you?
Still, yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, right. It's that and the White Sox stretch that are the two biggest records happening this month. But it's not a matter of Cutter Crawford, consistently missing his spots. He's not loading up the bases all the time. It's not a ton of 3-run homers that he's been giving up recently. He's still attacking the zone. He's only walked one guy in those 3 disastrous starts. Now, doesn't change the fact that he's given up like a baker's dozen home runs. But for a guy who consistently does an all right job of limiting the hard contact, I think it can swing back the other way. As long as he just sticks to his guns, keeps attacking the zone. That's what he does best. And he'll be fine. And then as for Tanner Houck, he's always done a good job of suppressing home runs, even after these last 3 starts where he's given up, I want to say I think he's given up like 5 home runs in his last 3 starts, something along those lines. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But even then, he's still leading the American League entering this week in home runs per 9. He's given up a half of a home run in over the course if you extrapolate that out to 9 innings. So he's just given up a double per 9. Makes you think. But point being, I think he's going to be fine. I think Cutter will be okay.
That was good, Fitz.
I think it was. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that was off the dome.
Good one.
That was off the dome. But it's things can swing back in the other direction. You saw the extreme of how good a Cutter Crawford or a Tanner Houck could be earlier in the season, first month or two, right? No one was expecting them to keep up with their 1.22 ERA in the first month and change. But on the other end, I don't expect it to be this bad for the rest of the season either. The innings concerns, they're both approaching or have surpassed their career, the most amount of work they had up to this point, and we're not even halfway through August. That gives you a little pause of concern, but it's not like they're, losing out on velocity. Houck's stuff still looks good. Cutter's still doing, again, his approach is still what has gotten him to this point. I think they'll be okay in terms of, the 2 main pitchers that you rely on for this team.
I'll tell you what, I've heard a lot of people, people are pointing out, and rightfully so, that both Crawford and Houck are at or I believe they both surpassed their career high in innings.
I think Cutter is like 2 innings shy, and Houck is like over 30 at this point.
Yeah,
so.
Houck's already at 134. His previous high was 106.
Okay, yeah. So, and it's August 6th, so we have at least 2 months, hopefully more. I kind of am of the mind that it's sort of just you got to deal with it. Like with these guys, like I don't know what the alternative is to this. What, Liam? What's that face?
Just looking at Cutter's ERA compared to his FIP, it ain't great.
Oh, what is it?
His ERA is 3.8. The FIP is 4.75.
Ooh. Anyway, point being, short of acquiring like 3 more starting pitchers at the deadline, I don't really know. It's like this is what's going to happen when you're relying on young guys. They're going to have to blow by their inning limit at some point, and there's going to be some bumps.
They're going to have to do that anyways, even if they did get a couple of other extra pitchers. If you want Houken...
I mean, yeah, unless you're running a 10-man rotation, I don't know what the alternative is.
If you want Tanner Houck and Cutter Crawford to continue to be a part of this big picture for the next couple of years at the very least, at some point they're going to have to try to push 150 upwards to 180 innings or so. In this day and age, I understand no one's pitching 250 consistently anymore, right? It's not shit like that. Not everyone's Aaron Nola, who's going to give you 200, 220. But if Tanner Houck wants to consistently be a part of this rotation, same with Crawford, you're going to need around 175, 180 and change or something like that. You're going to have to find out at some point. You're going to have to take the training wheels off.
Thankfully, Big Maple is here to save the day.
He was great on Monday. Did what he had to do.
He did look good Monday.
Well,
I'll take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
He's still first day at fielding school. He's still trying to figure that out. Fielding dribbler school.
Guys, just to bring us back real quick, I have the playoff tiebreakers pulled up now.
Oh, thank you.
Let's hear it. Okay.
It's really stupid. We should just play 163. If I'm being honest. All right. So obviously the first one is the head-to-head record. The next one is the intra-division record. So whatever team has a better record within their division. The third tiebreaker is the interdivision record. So whoever has the better record outside their division. And then it gets really fucking convoluted in here. The last half of intra-league games is the fourth tiebreaker. So I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
What about the first half? What happened to the first half?
So the fifth tiebreaker is the last half of intra-league games plus 1.
What does that mean?
I don't know what is happening in the fourth and fifth ones. So the description for the fourth tiebreaker is, should the interdivision record also be a tie, the next tiebreaker will be determined by the involved club's last half records against teams within their league. Note that these are the records from the last half of games mathematically, not just the games after the All-Star break.
All right, well, you know what? Let's just win tonight. Let's win tonight and not worry about it.
What does that mean?
This is the John Boy's NFL overtime rules.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You can't be doing a balk like that.
Do you want me to read you the description for the fifth one to really blow your mind?
Why not?
Yes.
Let's go balls deep here.
Should the records of the involved clubs in the second half of interleague games also be a tie, then the outcome of the last game of the first half of interleague games is used. Should that also be a tie, then the previous interleague game on the schedule is used. This process is repeated until a tie is resolved.
Imagine some like small market that hasn't made the playoffs in like 25 years. They go on some
Pirates.
Yeah, they go on some magical run, and then it's like, sorry guys, you lost the first half game of the half that was interleague, and the last half of it you lost.
You need a legal doctrine to break this down.
Yeah.
Like the team council for the Pirates comes down to the clubhouse. I was like, guys, I got some bad news. Those first half of the intra-division or intra-league games.
It's insane because obviously like the first 3 tiebreakers, okay, that's normal. Head-to-head record, like record within your division, record outside your division. and then it just falls off a cliff. It's like I feel like I'm trying to figure out what Tenet is about when she gets to like the fourth one. I don't know what's happening.
We need to figure out where we are in the standings. Do you mean when you were in the standings?
So yeah, those are your playoff tiebreakers, folks. Hope you all got that.
Share if you found this helpful.
Thank you, Liam.
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
There you go. So, all right, do we want to take a quick break?
Yeah.
Sure,
then we'll fuck
sure.
with and we'll don't fuck with.
Absolutely. Look at you, Jake, foreseeing the future.
Thanks, man.
Saw it in the vision. Let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back after this. We're back. Pawn on Lansdowne here. Jake Fitz and Liam at your service as always. And as always, you can find us on Twitter. The show is at Pod on Lansdowne. I am at Fitzy Mo Pena. Jake is at Jake Wallinger. Liam is at Liam Fennessy _. He's also on the Morning Brew social accounts there. So, and he's been doing a great job. He explained the economy to me.
Well, he almost got
yesterday. It was
canceled. He almost got canceled.
That's
Liam,
true.
was that
I didn't spot Diddy in a photo that I was making an Instagram post over the weekend. It was like Saturday morning. I was trying to make a post about Warren Buffett, and little did I know, like the photo I pulled from Getty was a wider shot, so there was like more people in the photo. Wasn't scanning the audience behind him, but like I create the graphic, I post it. It's probably up for like an hour. I go back to check it, see how it's doing, and all the comments are like, "What's Diddy doing back there?" Like, fuck, I didn't see him.
Nah, you got to be on the lookout for Diddy nowadays. You just got to. So yeah, follow us there. And if you have a question for us that you want featured on the show, you can leave us a voicemail. Question, comment, concern, any of that. Leave a voicemail by dialing...
Oh, brother. All right.
in a couple of weeks.
617-420. 617-420-2431.
Nailed it.
Yep.
I'm going to keep sprinkling in there, I think.
Keep grilling me. I need it.
Right? Yeah. The voicemail number repetition will continue until morale improves. 617-420-2431 to be featured on the show with your voicemail message. Who wants to do the honors, gentlemen? Fuck with and don't fuck with.
I'll lead off. I miss it.
Take it away.
I missed it. You know what? I'll start negative and we'll finish positive. I am not fucking with.
If you're gonna say you're gonna start this off, you can't.
No, I know. I wasn't ready. I'm embarrassed now. Does anyone else want to go? I got stage fright.
I'll take it. Okay, so I'll do my don't fuck with, because it's kind of, I don't know, it's a decent segue, I guess. And it really just has been the pitching in the second half and the home runs. I mean,
well, yeah,
since we came back from the break, 34 home runs in 16 games is putrid.
That's awesome.
The ERA's 5.8.
Chicks dig the long ball.
54 walks. I mean, here's the thing: 19 unearned runs also. So I mean, we can look at the defense here too. There's no way, like, I mean, that has to be far and away the most unearned runs in the second half, right? Unless I'm crazy.
I would guess yes.
Because, yeah, I don't know. You're 7-9 since the All-Star break. I think a lot of it comes down to the pitching, because as of today, we are first in OPS among all 30 teams. The offense has been on fire in the second half. I think they're first in OPS. Hold on. I saved the graphic earlier. MLB Network tweeted it out. In the second half, folks.
Brian Bale begging for me to make him my don't fuck with for the week, by the way. Already 1-0, bottom of the first.
So here we go. The offense in the second half, first in average, first in runs per game, first in extra base hits, first in slugging, and first in OPS. So really,
it's pretty good.
We just need the pitching to be like half of what it was in the first half. And guys, we're in a good spot. I think we are trending in the right direction now that we're not on the West Coast anymore. And hey, this is our last series in the Central Time Zone. So if we're heading west again, it's going to be October.
Exactly. And you know, you have some of the extra reinforcements. I know they're not all starters, but you do have some bullpen reinforcements to at least alleviate some of the pressure being felt by the pitching staff as a whole. And during that West Coast swing, it really got to dire circumstances where you've got Greg Weissert facing off against Shohei Ohtani and Will Smith
Oh,
in extra innings and pivotal moments, right?
I'm so glad we're done with the Greg Weissert experiment.
Yeah, so, you know, it's brighter days, you're right, Liam. I do think are ahead on that front.
You guys want to hear a crazy stat before I hand it off?
Always.
I love crazy.
So we have given up 76 unearned runs this year.
Oh.
If you look at the White Sox, they have only given up. Hold on, they've only given up 59.
Well, they've also given up like 30,000 earned runs.
But I'm just saying, like, you would think a team that is chasing the Cleveland Spiders versus a team in wild card contention, you'd think it'd be somewhat opposite.
Is an unearned run only an error?
I believe for the most part, unless there's...
Okay, so the other night I was watching some game, and it was Cardinals Cubs I was watching on MLB TV, and a guy walked a guy and he hit a guy, and then the announcer was like, "Well, that's 2 unearned runs sitting out there." That's not what that means, right?
If the pitcher hits the batter, that has to be an earned run, right?
That's what I thought.
Right.
I feel like if you get hit by the ball, you earn, you know.
I don't know.
Right, and then it should be charged. And then it should be charged to the pitcher anyway because he threw the ball.
It's stuck with me for 3 days now, and I still don't know what that guy was talking about.
This is the new. What is a catch? What is an unearned run?
Yeah.
In baseball, an earned run is any run that was fully enabled by the offensive team's production in the face of competent play from the defensive team. Conversely, an unearned run is a run that would not have been scored without the aid of an error or a passed ball, which is like a close cousin of an error. So, you know, same idea. Committed by the defense. It is unearned in that it was, in a sense, given away by the defensive team.
Okay, so that guy was just stupid, I guess. I don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah,
I guess the defensive team did give up a hit batsman, you know?
I don't know.
A run is counted as unearned when batter reaches base on error. Batter hits a foul ball that is dropped by a fielder for an error, extending the at-bat and later scores. Batter remains on base or advances to the next base as the result of an error. While, pitch, base runner scores by any means after the third out would have been made except for an error other than catcher's interference. Batter advances one or more bases on an error or pass ball. I don't see anything about a hit batsman.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so yeah, all right.
It could be. I don't,
All right, I got my don't fuck with now.
What is it?
I hate to do this, but...
Being hit by a pitch in baseball awards a base to the batter, but it doesn't count as an earned run.
Oh.
That's dumb. That's dumb. We need to look into that.
I think you earn that. I think if you get hit by a pitch...
So if a hit batter scores, that run is unearned?
Yes.
Oh,
that's dumb.
Because it was given away by the pitcher.
That's
given
really
away
stupid.
by the defensive team.
It's incredibly stupid.
No, that I don't like that. We need to look into that.
That's like, I've always thought a pitcher error should not be an unearned run. Like if a pitcher fucks up, he's the error.
These podcasters these days think that, you get hurt a little bit, you should be given the run. You think you earned that? It's participation trophy culture, if you ask me.
If somebody hits a little squib back to the pitcher and they airmail the throw to first, that's the pitcher's fault. Give him the earned run if that run scores.
I agree.
I've long held that belief, but no, it's an error and it doesn't count. So, my don't fuck with. I hate to do this because I harp on this a lot, but we've got our friend Mike Monaco in the booth this last few games, and Dave, I'm so over it, man. Mike's blowing him out of the water these last few games. That the call for the SETI catch last night, the call on the Duran double.
That was a great call.
I mean, chills. I'm getting. That's how real
This is
it
how
is to
real
The
it is.
Rock. Chills. Monaco
feel
is so
a-
special up there.
As a fellow Quincy boy myself, I feel a certain duty to go to bat for OB sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
but-
Though we've done the song and dance, but I needed to throw it. And you know what? It's quite similar. You know what it reminds me of, fellas? A certain man who stepped down from his position a two short weeks ago. In favor
we're
of
gonna
the
get
younger.
Nancy Pelosi's gonna give Dave O'Brien.
Yeah,
a call.
we need the Red Sox version of Nancy Pelosi to step in.
Who could that even be? In the old
Red
days,
Sox,
I would have
Nancy
said it.
Pelosi. Who's the,
I would have said it was
mover and a
Lucchino
shaker.
back in the day.
It would definitely have been Lucchino. You nailed it on the first try, but there's
But
no
sadly,
equivalent to that now. It's like
nobody's got the stomach. Sam Kennedy would never say anything.
No, God, no.
Smithers. Yeah, I don't know. There isn't one. There's only one Larry. There's only one Nancy.
God bless him.
any.
God
But yeah,
bless
I
his
mean,
soul.
yeah. Again, I feel like I'm a bit more of an OB fan than the average Bear, but there are some times where you have to kind of check for a sign of life. I think he's gotten better, and I think he's definitely better on the radio as opposed to on.
That's what I'm
TV.
saying. Like, once Castig retires, just move Dave over to the EI booth. Like,
How did you
get him
pronounce
out
that?
of here. Castig.
Castic?
Castig. It's
Castig.
Castig.
Emphasis on the
Casting.
tig. Casting.
Tig.
Castig.
Casting.
but
Liam,
like-
I agree.
That's
But
the
I
problem.
don't
He's
the
he's
pay
blocked
is
right now.
definitely worse, right? There's no way the pay is equal.
But OB's still getting like national gigs. Like, I'll turn on a game in November.
just,
he's
like-
calling like
well, he does like
UNC
fucking
and-
ACC games. That, like, are
Basketball.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, he's
I
got
don't
like
know.
he's got like national work in the off season. I don't think he's hurting.
it's gonna be fucking devastating when Monaco gets some other team's gig. I mean, it's
100%.
gonna happen, and I'm gonna be sick.
It almost happened last
Sick.
last winter.
to my stomach when that happens.
Apparently, he does LA Kings games too, Jake. Is that true?
Mike Monaco?
A friend of mine told me that, and you're the hockey
Oh,
guy.
I don't
so
know. Maybe.
I asked,
I don't-
is this
He
true?
was
Just as a
doing-
segue,
he
I
was
knew it was
doing-
true.
He was doing playoff games, wasn't he, for ESPN?
He was. He was doing playoff games for ESPN. Yeah.
There you go.
What a
No,
guy.
he's good. He's really good.
Special.
And also, I mean, I like Will Fleming on EEI as well. I've come to like him, but yeah, I always thought that OB was better doing the radio games. Like you talk about like him for a sign like his Ortiz Grand Slam call in 13.
It's a great call.
Spectacular.
It's a great call.
It's an amazing call.
Unforgettable.
And when they got the final out in 13 for the World Series, and Boston strong, like that's a good call.
Oh wow, that's great. That's great that the two biggest moments of the last 15 years were good calls. I'd fucking hope so. What the fuck? I mean,
Fucking
Jesus
Nickens
Christ.
Rainbow.
Well, that was on
I
TV.
was
I don't know what to
never-
tell you.
Thank God I was at that game. Because if I had to listen to that on the radio, I would have been so pissed.
Like, yeah, dude, I'd fucking hope he had a good call for Ortiz's Grand Slam. I mean, Jesus Christ. What is the bar on the floor?
I suppose you're right. I suppose that's a good
You're
enough
right.
of a point.
Get Nancy and Barry on the phone.
He's fine in the really big moments, but he short of like a game-winning home run, he does not come off his level. Like there's no like that Rafaela. Somebody tweeted this last night. And I laughed. Like that Rafaela catch, he would have been like, "Oh, that's a dandy." Fuck off. It's got, like get excited.
Gee
please.
Willikers.
Yeah. Like.
Now,
Yeah,
on the
Fitz,
flip
that's
side,
fair. The very big moments are fine with him, but
Sure,
it's
but
like
on the flip side of this, just to play a little devil's advocate, I don't need whether it's Monaco or Fleming or O'Brien to be losing their shit at every little single moment.
No,
you don't want them
And
to
Fitz,
overdo it.
Fitz, don't twist my words. Don't
I'm
twist
not
my words.
twisting your
Fitz.
words. I'm just saying.
I felt a little
if you
twist.
want-
I felt a little twist there.
I didn't mean to twist.
That's all
No
right.
twisting,
all
no
I'm
shouting.
saying is that on like big hits, it's okay to get excited. It's okay.
I would agree. He did get excited. He referenced Finnegan's Rainbow, and everyone hated
Right.
it. So what do you want?
fucking awful.
maybe
Well,
maybe update your reference
like-
cache.
That's like
and
me.
we could talk.
That's like one of us just ripping like an obscure reference on Twitter and like just doing it because we want to. Like Like, buddy, there's a huge audience you're catering to here.
Yeah, your Pax Romana reference.
Yeah. I was like, I've been sitting on that one for a while.
That's actually that is totally something I could see Dave saying.
A Pax Romana reference.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, if he was calling it last night.
Yeah, I totally can hear him saying that.
Him explaining it to Pap, like, what's this Pax Romana? Well, it was the time, Jonathan.
It was a 200
years. It was
a great
relative
great
peacetime and prosperity within the Roman Empire. As Raffaello takes one low for a ball.
But I agree, Jake. We got to do
Thank
something
you,
about
Liam.
it.
We got to do something about it.
Before the convention, we got to do something about
it. Before winter weekend.
That's the convention. O'Brien gets on the call for the last game of the year. He's like, I want to make this clear. I'm staying.
Jack.
Listen here, Jack. Did you see that? I'm sorry. I mean,
Dave Land.
Along the same lines, the
home run?
No, just a double. RBI.
I'll take it.
We love Dave.
I'll tweet the Dave Land clip.
The clip of Biden the other day on like the tarmac somewhere.
Yeah, when he said there's no way out.
He's like, I'm not going anywhere.
You're stuck with me, Jack.
100 days.
You're stuck with me, Jack. There's no way out.
There's no way out.
The only way out is through. Fitz, what is your don't fuck with, my friend?
Pretty simple. We don't have to get too much deeper into this. I'm not the first person to bring this up, and I'm certainly not the last. But you really, really notice it here, especially with their home uniforms. Guys, this fucking jersey patch for the Royals is dog shit. QT,
oh, it's bad.
Big red block.
It's a bad one.
It's bad.
Like,
it's bad.
Fellas, do you know what QT is?
It's like a gas station chain, right?
It is. Quick Trip. Quick Trip is what it is. I looked it up last night.
The more you know. Now, here's the thing, that because I think that's new for this year, correct?
No, they had that last year.
They had
was there last year?
Okay, even if they had it for last year, the point remains. A lot of people got on the Mets for their Presbyterian Hospital patch that was also red and white and
for the
didn't
colors.
match.
I think nobody. I think if you color match, nobody would care about any.
Exactly. That's why it is so easy to do that.
Yeah.
In 2024,
I'm so thankful the Red Sox do. It's just a navy. That's fine. Navy. Yeah. Celtics do the same thing.
It still kind of sticks out like a
actually.
sore thumb a bit, but at least it's it's still to their team colors. I would have preferred if there was a gray background with the red text from there, so it's not so obvious. I'd actually rather it not be there at all in the first place. But
see, I actually think the all blue looks pretty good. And I think the words are so small that it's like it just looks like anything. It's like it's totally.
There's no other real blue on the jersey outside of the outline and like the Nike suite. Just I don't know. I'd rather it look more native to the jersey, but I could definitely tell you it's way better than that fucking Quick Trip logo there on the sleeve.
I think the Royals have the worst. Well, the Marlins is at least pretty close color-wise, but that one sucks too. The ADT one.
That's a tough one.
ADT?
That one's tough to make work.
But the
Orioles just added
like
like
within a week.
Price.
Back to like what were you saying? The who?
The Orioles just added T. Rowe Price to their jerseys.
Did they color match it?
I'm trying. No, they did not.
Like it's such an easy fix. That's what makes it so aggravating.
I don't like it.
You're purposely being obtuse here. You're purposely being annoying. You're purposely doing.
It's one of my favorite. Speaking of Family Guy, one of my favorite Family Guy clips. This is stupid. Favorite Family Guy clip ever is the Three Kings episode where it's three little.
Now you're being obtuse.
When you beat him, and then he's like sitting like, and he's doing a cute and obtuse,
obtuse
and
angle.
It's the warden from Shawshank. That's a great gag. Great gag. Anyway.
Train. Another train. That's a good episode. Misery there with Ryan and Stewie.
Yeah, that's a great. It's Shawshank, Misery, and Stand by Me, right? Yeah.
Stand by Me.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Isn't the I think the funniest thing in that episode is when Stewie in Misery and Stewie goes outside and he gets on like his big wheel and he's like, I'm gonna flood it. That's so funny. Oh no, I'm gonna flood it. I think. Oh.
Hey, 2-1 Sox.
Hey, we like that.
We'd love to see it. We'd love to
That is
see
very
it.
fun. On the flip side, gentlemen, what are we fucking with?
Oh,
Jake, you're up again.
I'll
Or I
tell you
guess
what. I'm fucking with my man Willier.
Yeah.
And I'm sure all of us.
Consensus.
And let's all send our T's and P's to Willier. Thank you, boys.
Yeah, and,
let's all do
and
that.
loved one, family,
Thank
and
you.
friends. Yes, absolutely.
Liam,
That's
T's and P's.
horrible.
Liam, could you
Of
say it,
course.
please?
T's and P's. T's and P's.
Fitz,
Speaking
Fitz,
from
did
my
you
own
say it? Did you say T's and
P's?
P's? Thank you.
Speaking
Yeah.
from my own experience over the last couple of months, to immediately, like, the next morning, wake up and not only go to your
Yeah.
profession, but
And
excel
hit a
at it,
fucking
2 homers.
tank.
Two tanks.
Two
Two
tanks.
tanks.
Yeah.
His first home run off a lefty in the bigs ever.
Yeah. That's
amazing.
good shit.
Crazy to me.
Thoughts to him and
Like-
his family, absolutely.
When
How can you not be
so
romantic?
I it didn't end up happening, but when I yesterday, the first Royals game, and he hit, I believe it was maybe the second inning or the third inning, he hit a ball, like, I believe it's a home run in like 20 of 30 parks or something. He hit it to center field, but it was an out in KC, and I texted you guys, and I was like, Willier with a dead grandma might be one of the greatest hitters who ever lived.
Jesus Christ.
However, the ball did not go out, so we
I
didn't
mean-
use that joke. But well, I'm fucking with Willier, and I'll tell you what, he's causing some that I do not envy Craig with that log jam after this year in the outfield, and we don't need to. We've litigated this a bunch of times, and ultimately, it's
He's got to stay.
It's a good
I
problem to
think he's
have.
got-
No,
I
I mean
think he's
I
got to.
agree, but I don't. I mean I would say that about pretty much all the young guys. I don't know. I'm not like eager to move anybody.
Well, let's game this out a bit. Let's talk
All right.
about
So
this.
I've thought about this. I would. Willier can't really hit left. I mean, I know he hit that tank yesterday, but his splits are not kind, for the most part, against lefties. So until that changes, I don't think this is a massive problem because you can like kind of like sit him against lefties, and then like that puts Rafaela out, or like Ref's gonna be on the team next year because he can still hit lefties, and that option's cheap. But I would say the first half of next year, you roll just like Abreu, Rafaela, Duran, Ref Snyder. That's like a 4-man outfield, and just kind of play around with it for splits and stuff. When Anthony's and I'm not bringing Tyler O'Neill back. I just don't. I think for the first half of the year before Anthony is ready, that's fine. But then I don't really know what you would do after that. That's far too many bodies.
And this assumes that, and I think he will. He's right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, this assumes Anthony
assumes
pans
that
out.
Anthony continues. Yes, yeah,
Yes,
but I think he will.
So you say Anthony's ready like the middle of the year, and then it gets a little tight, and that's what I don't know. And all this is to say, Yoshida still exists, and he's been better the last couple weeks, and I'm happy about that. But I do think with the way the roster is shaking out these next 6, 7, 8 months, I think the only way out is through. You are gonna have to trade him this offseason. I don't
Mafia
Japanese on the
OB.
tarmac. He goes, "I'm not going anywhere."
yeah.
He's stuck with me, Jack. 4 more years.
I just like fundamentally that he doesn't work on this roster. And then I would go out this offseason, and as far as free agents go or trades or whatever, I would prioritize just a right-handed hitter that could slot in at DH every day. And I think that like pretty much sets your roster for next year as far as offense. Like you don't need to do anything else.
And if that
listen,
right-handed
fellas,
dad
I've poured
can-
over the data. I have.
and if that
I've got,
right-handed
I've
hitter,
got the numbers right here.
can we look at like some of the right-handed bats who are available in free agency? Is there a way for us to do that, Liam? Jamie, can you pull that up?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I
Bregman's
still
a free
think
agent, Goldschmidt's a free agent.
I still think trying to trade for Brett Rooker is the vibe. I just think that's like
I agree.
I think that's the A's are never one to not trade away their best players for like pennies on the fucking dollar. They've done it since. I mean, think of the names that have gotten traded out of there for fucking 3 slapdick prospects like every 2 years. They trade away like an all-star level talent. Chapman, Donaldson, fucking Murphy, Olsen.
What's
not,
Rooker's team control at?
it never
is he up
ends.
after this upcoming year.
I think he has 2 years. I want to say. I believe he's 25 and 26, I think. But that's like I think if you could slot Rooker in, and you might have to attach something to Massa to get rid of him, and
We're
sorry,
gonna have to retain some of that money.
yeah, I don't know. It's just like he can't. That's not gonna work. There's too many lefties, and he can't play defense. I'm sorry. People don't like to hear it, but it's unfortunate because he's a useful bat. You know, if the Red Sox didn't have all lefties already, but I think that's what you got to do. Thank you.
And that righty bat will be able to get someone off their feet in one of the corner outfield spots. You'd assume every so often, keep them fresh.
Teoscar's back again this winter.
Oh, you could do. Yeah, that would do good too.
Again, just keep someone off their feet. Give.
I'd go. Yeah, you know what, Liam?
I mean, it's
love
not.
that.
Right-handed hitting. You're gonna have to pay. Teoscar obviously kind of falls in that middle tier, but
I'd pony up for him. I think that's a good. I forgot he's a free agent.
even though he'll be he's gonna be 32 next year.
He's DHing. He'd be DHing
if you keep him off
time.
his feet at Fenway.
DHs age well. They almost never piss out younger than 35.
Okay,
full-time DHs.
Some other options, guys. Goldschmidt, which I'm not interested in.
I'm
that.
not
He
at
looks
all
cooked.
interested.
He's coming around a bit now.
No, I have no interest in that.
Yeah, it's been
Devil's advocate.
I'm just
Devil's advocates.
All I'm saying is that he was this last couple of weeks. He's been just okay. He was horrible to start the year, and he's gonna.
I would take him for
37,
pennies on the dollar, but
Yeah,
I also think.
no.
I think the Red Sox roster is young enough where we don't need to do that with this whatever we acquire for this position. Anyway,
Other
Liam, continue.
options. Alonso.
I think he's gonna get something big.
I think he is too.
We're not
think
gonna be big
again,
game hunting like that.
To kind of do the same.
Bregman
song and dances
also.
last year, you're better.
Okay, what now, Fitz?
Here we go.
Well, no, I'm saying for Alonso and Bregman. Fuck you. The Alonso and Bregman, I'd rather those resources be allocated to a frontline starter, similar to last year.
Yes.
To Richard My Blood to get a Pete Alonso.
I mean, I would do Bregman just because I think he's still a good third baseman, right? Statistically. I guess I have no idea.
It's a great question.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean that's its own thing.
Savant.
Alonso's a shitty first baseman, I believe. So I don't. That's not,
Yeah, I mean my only thing there would be okay, he can DH and then spell Casas.
What are you spelling Casas for though? He's your second best hitter.
No, I'm just saying just so you can rotate guys in and out.
I guess I don't.
Start. Because I don't know.
All right. Well,
Just
it's
some
Teoscar
versatility.
or
But then-
a Brent Rooker, in my opinion. I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
Fitz,
Not a lot else
Fitz,
here.
what are you not fucking?
Reese,
I told you what I'm not
Ozuna.
McGuire. Reese Hoskins.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Glaber would be an interesting one.
No. Hoskins actually does
middle.
intrigue me a little.
A middle infielder, right-handed hitting on a 2-year deal.
Well, we definitely don't need middle infielders next year. At all.
I still don't know. I mean, do we trust Story? Are we just gonna ride it out again with?
I think you have
Hamilton,
enough.
Grissom,
I think going into
Valdez,
next year.
On the
Yes,
defensive
I think
end, you have enough from
I don't
him,
know. There's so many guys. So many outfielders, so many middle infielders.
But that's what I'm saying. I think you can pretty much let next year just kind of start and sort it out with how guys start doing in the MLB. I don't think you need. I mean, you have Grissom,
guys,
Story,
JDM. Bring JDM back.
Grissom, Story,
not gonna
Meyer,
be able to
Hamilton. Two of those four guys are gonna have to do well next year. Something has gone terribly wrong if you're getting nothing out of any of those four. No,
And Story's defense is still going to be enough to play at short at the big level, and you would think hopefully
play
that
Story
there'd be enough
every
offense to carry
fourth
him.
day. Keep him off his feet. I don't know. He's clearly. I don't know.
Found him 7th or 8th. Stick him at short. Let his defense up the middle be good, because as much as we love Sadon's defense, it's
No,
Sadon's
Hoskins-
defense in the outfield.
Yes,
Setty's defense
I
at short has
there's
not
no
been
reason for him to be
stellar.
at short anymore.
Hoskins poopy.
All right, so Bregman's range, outs above average, 3 on the year. The arm strength is not good, though, 27th
Hoskins
percentile.
with a 745 OPS as a full-time DH. Blech.
Coming off the injury, you know.
Well, I wouldn't allocate lots of money towards him.
I wouldn't either, but you know, not a ton of money. But I mean, if he was on, you know, if the money talked, you know, he's shown before what he's able to do.
Money talks.
Here comes the money.
Fitz, what are you not fucking with, my friend?
I told you
Let's
what I'm
get
not
there.
fucking with. What I am?
Oh, what are you fucking with?
That's a good question.
Excuse me,
I don't know if
heavens.
I'm ready for what I am fucking with. At this point.
All right, Liam.
I got you. I'm ready. My Romy Empire, half of the Pax Romana.
Oh, yeah, there's another middle infielder for you.
Yeah,
Romy.
they're everywhere.
Homie.
But yeah, I mean, guys, what else? What can you say about the guy?
Just a great
Playing
bench
a
player.
bunch of-
That's just exactly
a
what
bunch
you
of
want.
different positions, right-handed hitting. His last 20 games, guys, July 3rd through now, the slash is 283, 321, 547 for an OPS of 870. On the year, his slash is 283, 336, 453 for an OPS of 790.
That's good.
His OPS plus is 115. He's played 48 games.
That's good.
He's got over 100 ABs.
Do we have control? We got
He's
it.
ARB eligible, baby. Earliest free agent,
All right.
2029.
Ooh-hoo-wee! Love that. I love that.
He's only 27.
I love that. That is such a perfect bench player. Like, also, why was he in the minors for so long? Like, we were running out fucking Valdez every day, and this guy was sitting in Worcester. What was going on
He's been
there?
incredible. Going 550 the other
He
night.
hit the ever-loving fuck out of that ball last night. That was one of the hardest hit balls I have ever seen. 450 line drive to center field. Left center. No, Romy's my homie. And he's a hit with the ladies, can I just say.
The mustache, man. The mustache
he's a
is great. That's
handsome
why I
guy.
wanted to get him. Need to get him on the
he is.
pod. Get some mustache tips.
Yeah.
The SpongeBob Patrick Alley-oop meme, another controllable infielder for Craig Breslow.
Controllable middle infielder. Yeah. Well, we should make that. I'll make that. I'll make that tonight. I'll make that.
That'll be the podcast picture there.
Yeah, I mean, he's Brock Holt for a new generation, man.
Oh,
Playing
that's
everywhere.
beautiful.
Every
That's
team
fucking-
has that super utility guy who brings the clubhouse together. Maybe Romy's.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
guy for us.
he does seem like at first. It kind of seemed like he was like a relatively quiet guy, but I think the mustache changed him. It really did.
We have Kike at home.
Yeah.
He's significally better than Kike this year, by the way.
Yes.
Like, Kike fucking stinks
PK's
now.
absolute ass this year. That's why I was so
Oh,
pissed
what?
he's beating us in LA.
How does Kike have almost one WAR? How's that even possible?
Because he's fucking playing every day. It's insane to me.
Romy has
Accumulation
0.6
merchant.
WAR with almost 200 or 150 less ABs than Kike, though. So there's that. Not that that's a real comparison anybody's making, but
Best ability is availability.
But I just did.
Merchant. There you go. Right? Yeah.
I mean, but like, okay, so Romy, 19 games at short, 15 games at first, 11 games at second, 5 games at third, 3 games in the outfield. He's played 2
I was gonna
games in
say,
right
can he
field,
play
1
the
in
outfield?
center.
It's not like we would ever need him to, but
I mean, he's been
So,
out
yeah.
there. 2 in right,
That's
1 in
great.
center. He's DH'd for a game. So, greatest DH in Red Sox history. None of your saying.
wow, that's terrific. That is terrific.
There you go. There you
We
go.
love Romy.
But yeah, we love Romy, man. And he's ARB eligible, so let's keep him around.
For what I'm fucking with
Yeah.
this week, Jen, I'll just keep it short and sweet here. Oh, I got a spoiler for this at-bat from Yoshida.
I just see it now.
Here it is.
goes.
0-1. Swinging it.
is
Ooh!
Ooh.
Golfed it.
Is he jacking that trade value up, fellas?
He most certainly is, it seems like.
I guess okay. So I took
No,
a little
that's
bit of
why-
flack last night. I'm sorry to cut you off, Fitz, but it's like he cannot be on that roster next year. It's already kind of awkward now.
I don't know. I saw on Twitter they were talking to Cora in the pregame presser. He said when Moss is hitting, like it makes the lineup elite. Were his exact words.
But I don't. like you.
He's
you
my
can't
fuckwit
hit-
for the week. I was gonna say Jaron Duran just because he
Oh,
always keeps the line moving, but Massa.
I have
the other way.
guys. I have Massa's last 25 games. Obviously,
I've
not
got no
including
ill will
tonight.
for the guy. It's
He's
just
it's nuts.
ju-
It's nuts though. His last 25 games,
He's been
319,
on fire.
395, 468. The OPS is 860.
Liam, listen to me.
Like-
Listen to me, Liam. It's just business, okay? It's just
I get what you
business.
mean. I get what you mean, Jake. I truly do. There are going to be some questions to be had because just like the middle infield, you can't have 45 outfielders on the team.
You can,
But
you can, and he's way older
can't
than
do it.
everybody
They
else.
won't
too.
let
I can't. Yeah, what,
You can't
what
have
I'm
Massa on the
saying
roster because of woke.
Woke Sheeta.
He's gonna be 32 next year. The rest of the guys are all in their early to mid 20s, including Tyler O'Neill. Who can we just take a step back?
I don't know what
How
the
the fuck is he just turned 29? That's insane. I would have you.
He's an old soul, man. He's an old
I was
soul.
certain he was at least at the absolute youngest 31, probably 32.
I think it's also one of those cases where it's like his body is so different than any of ours. Like it's not he's not
Whoa.
even the same
Biceps are as big as
species.
your head.
Whoa.
Yeah, like I'm just saying. Like I mean, if I were to walk by him, I'd be like, nah, there's no way we're the same species. Just doesn't add up. Just doesn't make sense. Species. Just doesn't- Sean Connery come on the pod.
That's an A-Rod. A-Rod would always do that too. It's like the Yankees.
Hold on, Lansdowne. This is Sean Connery, America's sweetheart.
So Fitz, you're fucking with Massa. Good.
Yeah, he
God
deserves
bless
some
him.
credit.
I hope he mashes the rest of the year. Then we don't have to attach
Yeah, he's
anything
been-
to him. I mean, Jesus.
He's been on fire. I mean, it does make it easier to move 18.5 million if he's hitting 320 the rest of the way.
Good point.
If he could play a lick of defense, it would be a completely different story. But
Here's
he
the
can't.
thing.
This
This is a total that boy nice watcher moment.
Yes, it is.
Well, I think
This defense last year was fine. It was adequate. Like it was passable in left field.
okay,
at Fenway.
I agree, but I think
I would never
at this
play. I would
point,
never play him in the outfield on the road.
the Red
But at
Sox
Fenway in left
hierarchy.
field, you can hide him.
The Red
People
Sox
made it sound like
hierarchy
he was a
is
golden
at a
retriever
point.
just running out there like
He
all the
literally
time,
made it
just
seem like he
randomly
was
running.
Hanley out there. But it was
I
like,
think
no, like,
I
he's
think
getting
the
to balls, he's throwing
powers
to the
that
right
be,
bases.
the powers that be, I think, are all set like with anybody below average on defense, unless they are like Devers and one of the best hitters in baseball. Like, I just think we're past that. We can't. We've been so scarred the last 4 years of just guys fucking booting balls, and I mean, even Tyler O'Neill all of a sudden kind of sucks in the outfield. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, that Yankee series was ugly.
But well, point is, Massa, keep hitting. Shine on, you crazy
keep
diamond.
Let's see what develops. Yeah, again, we can answer these tough questions about the left-handed bats in a couple.
I mean,
of
if
months,
he fucking finishes the second half on with like a 900 OPS, I mean, there's then that's one thing. I don't
he's
know.
gonna force the issue.
Yeah.
As it
But-
stands right now, in the
Yeah.
biggest series of the season to date, he just golfed a fucking homer. It was not a bad 85 in on like the shins, kind of breaking in. He had to go down and golf it, and he most certainly did.
His swing truly does fascinate me, though. Like how he doesn't hit dinky home runs either. He only hits like. I mean, I'm not on.
Oh my god, the one at Fenway that he hit like over the bullpen was
Yeah.
nuts.
The one at Yankee Stadium, he hit to the fucking
Yeah.
judges' chambers. It was a bomb. Like which is so fascinating because sometimes he takes swings and it looks like he's literally trying to hit it into the ground. Like I fully, I'm fascinated by him. But
Just get that that launch angle. We just need that launch angle up.
Yeah.
Massa, that's all.
Do you want to take another break, guys?
yeah,
I realized
Sure,
that we took
sure.
way too late of a break. Yeah, we should have taken a break about 15 minutes ago, but that's fine. Sometimes you just get lost in the sauce.
we're just having fun.
Absolutely. We're always having fun here on Pawn on Lansdowne. We'll be right back for more fun after this. We have returned. Final segment here on Pawn on Lansdowne, the part of the show where I have no idea what we're going to talk about. The third
Oh, you know
act
what? I have
of
a fun
each
idea.
episode is like a choose your own adventure.
I have a fun idea.
Let's do it.
I sent this to you guys. So next year they're doing a Major League Baseball game at fucking Bristol Motor Speedway. between the Braves and the Reds. And I think we should throw out what are some fun, like semi-realistic, unorthodox ideas for games they could do for where the Red Sox could play in them. What do
This
we
is
think?
a really good question. Really
Yeah.
good question. Huh.
Yeah, we didn't prepare for this at all, so
No,
I
we
don't-
sure didn't.
No, I thought of it like
Well,
right
like
before we got
Gillette's
on.
out of the question. Gillette's too narrow. I'm just trying to think of big venues around here. One that immediately jumps out is like the Common, but how do you make that work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There is a baseball field on the Common.
Yeah, for like little league kids. Like
No, I think it's
15-year-olds.
sized regularly, isn't it?
I mean,
maybe
there's a
it's not.
handful of them.
Yeah.
Point is, even then, it's like okay,
Maybe like
but
maybe like
This one's tough.
I know.
Because if it were like
Adams
any
Field
other, if it were
Quincy,
like
baby.
any other sport, we'd be like, oh, we can make it work somewhere. You need so much room.
that is true. But Bristol is weird. Bristol's a small little track.
They
I
should
know
just-
from my NASCAR video games that Bristol's quick. It's a big stadium, like the seating itself, and they were able to do a football game there. But it's a lot. You need a lot of space for, in just the shape of it. It's not, it's not rectangularly shaped. I don't even think rectangularly is a word. But point is, you need a lot of real estate for that, man. They're able to do it in London because that stadium for the Olympics was built for, track and field in mind. That gives yourself more leeway. Soccer fields are big, it's, lends itself to that. So it's interesting.
I've got the data right here. I think one of the parks. Oh no, that's way too small. Yeah, Common's out. Sorry, fuck it.
Yeah.
Ah, that was a good idea too.
How about
How about you could like resod
how about like the
areas.
middle of Castle Island? Is that big enough?
like inside of the fort?
Yeah, Fort Independence. Could they do that?
Oh, sure.
Or on top of it, like no one's gonna be able to see the
Vince,
game.
I'll tell you what, it might be big enough. I'm looking at it right now. Can't you
I
like
got the
drag?
aerial.
I think you can like drag a pin for.
Listen, if we could get a game,
Oh, and measure it.
Yeah.
If we can get a game at Castle Island where I can grab some Sullies, I can grab like a Snap Dog milkshake, some crinkle fries, and watch Devers hit some nukes, I'm down for
Measure distance between points.
that. That
Right
ball is
click-
gone! It's into the sugar bowl!
All right, here I got it. So okay. Oh, great. Okay, measure distance. So from. Oh, this is terrific. Okay, so if home plate is right there, what about here? 307. Okay. You go
307. That's...
to
Well, the thing is, the
center.
wind's going to be able to blow it back, so that counters the fact that
Yeah,
it's short.
you know what? I'll tell you what. This might not work.
You don't think a baseball game at Castle Island between two professional teams would work, Jake?
Wait, hold the fort. I think it could work. Hold on. I think if you put home plate at the corner closest to the sea, and they're facing inward, I think the dimension. We might have something here.
We have
Watch
failed
out.
to consider the biggest part of this, gentlemen. The biggest part is that dogs are going to run away with the balls, no matter what. Foul ball, ground ball,
Nah.
home run ball.
That's true. That's
They're
okay.
gonna steal
The
those
fans
balls.
get to keep them.
Well, that's what, okay. Then use another ball, but then another dog is going to take it. There are too many. There are more dogs than there are balls available to our disposal here, Liam. That is the problem.
It's not gonna work. It's
I
not gonna work.
don't know. Have them play at Logan. I don't know.
I thought I had something here, but it's not gonna work.
Playing at Logan, that's like a backyard baseball idea there.
What about on one of the
Head it into the
islands-
water.
One of the random islands in the harbor, like Spectacle Island. They probably
Thompson
failed
Island?
there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be fun. What about a floating field in the harbor? Could be kind of cool.
Something to think about.
I'm just looking around. I'm literally on Google Maps.
I'm
just
looking at the city. I'm like, where the
floating
fuck did they
around the
play?
city right now. What about
I don't know.
have
Have them
space
play at
for
like
any-
Boston's. Have them play at Boston Sand and Gravel. I don't know.
Oh, in between the interstates?
Yeah. Could you
I like
imagine?
that.
Like where that skate park is.
What about What about...
Have them play at South Bay. They wanted to build the Olympic Stadium there, and Kraft has talked about, putting the soccer stadium there. Have them play there, but keep the tracks in. Everyone knows that if you have some crappy buildings, it looks bad. And a baseball stadium itself just looks normal. But a baseball field with crappy backgrounds in the background, it looks awesome.
What about on maybe like on Nantucket or something?
On Nantucket?
That could be fun.
They come in on the
There's
ferry,
only,
like
high
team
schools
introductions.
there, right?
Yeah, no, they have ballparks there.
Yeah, and there's high schools.
You know what I was thinking?
The
they
Vineyard
should
had a
do?
college team. I don't know if they still do.
You know what feels like a real layup that I kind of can't believe has never been done? Mets Yankees like in Central Park.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
shit, they have huge
fields.
concerts at Central Park, like massive
Yeah,
massive
it wouldn't.
concerts. You would think
I
they'd be
mean,
able
the
to make this work.
stands, like the stands, is one thing, but it would be really easy to just throw up a fucking wall and do that. That feels like such a layup. I bet they do. I bet they do that
down
at
the
some
line,
point.
especially
Yeah.
if they're exploring these other options of, Bristol Motor
Yeah.
Speedway and things like that. You know what I mean? The craziest was still. I mentioned how like football stadiums would be tough, but it has been done because that spring training game in '08 against LA at the Coliseum, where it was like
Was
about
sick.
150 down the left field line, but
Yeah.
like 620.
Well,
to
the
right.
Dodgers played their home games there. I think for the first year or two, when they moved to LA.
Yeah,
So maybe Gillette is possible. Kraft licking his chops.
anything's possible.
Anything is possible. Liam, that is so true. I was thinking the same.
We
thing.
should. They should play at the ruins of McCoy. I saw there was a crazy TikTok that showed up on my FYP the other day, and it was like a drone aerial. It was like aerial drone footage of McCoy.
It's
now
got to be
Made
real
me
sad in there.
Made me
right?
really sad. Yeah.
Decrepit, like
Yeah.
nature overtaking.
I only went there once. It was fine, I guess. I had a good time.
Liam, did that video of the drone footage of McCoy have this playing in the background?
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
It actually did, Fitz. How did you know?
Right? Yeah, it's Pawtucket Chernobyl there at McCoy. There's a ghillie on
Because-
the mound there.
I really don't know where else we could do something
Yeah.
around here.
I think I'm out of
It's-
ideas. I think I exhausted my ideas.
Tweet at us at Pawn on Lansdowne if you have any ideas for fun.
Yeah, where should the Red Sox play a outdoor game somewhere local?
Emoji of the week is if they have a castle or anything like royalty based because
They have a castle. There's
Island.
definitely- there's
it
definitely a
has
castle.
to be. Has to be. So castle for Castle Island, a castle, and then the island emoji. There you go.
What are our song of the weeks, fellas?
Oh wow, yeah.
Really good question. If you give me a second, I could tell you.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna shuffle all my music. First thing that comes up, that's my song of the week. All right, ready? Boop. Purple Rain. How about that?
Oh,
Wow,
I
as
was
we
listening
live
to that
and
the other
breathe.
day.
What
Tim
a
Walls. I have Walls
That's right.
fever, guys.
Yeah, Walls
Purple Rain.
genuinely. Like I don't know if I would put it in my like top 5 favorite album ever, Purple Rain. But on the same note, it's hard for me to say that it isn't like a perfect. There are no skips on that album.
No,
It's
a
about
great
as damn
song.
near perfect of an album.
What's
as
your
you
favorite
can
song
get.
on it?
I mean, I could just be basic and say
I think mine is Purple
Purple
Rain.
Rain.
I
I
fucking
think
love
it- I
that
think
song.
it
Purple
is
Rain's
so-
so good. It's
It's
so
such a good
good.
song.
Oh my
Good.
god.
What's your favorite Prince song? I think mine's Little Red Corvette.
Little Red Corvette. I think mine would be 1999.
Well, mine's I want to be a lover is a jam. Gotta hit those high notes.
Ooh, Fitz. Fitz sounded like
Oh.
Michael Jackson there. That
If
was
we
crazy.
ever have a live show, Fitz is gonna sing.
I was gonna
for
say we
us.
should put out whenever we start a Patreon, we'll just do a full album of Fitz. That'll be one of the Patreon rewards. Fitz,
Hey, we'll just recreate
What-
the Bronson Arroyo cover.
Trying to think of some deeper cut.
an evening with Fitz.
Right. Fitz sings the standards. I'm trying to think of some deep cut Prince songs. A good.
I like
deep
Adore.
cut.
Adore is a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Starfish and Coffee. Sign of the Times. I'm looking through the Purple Rain track list now.
Fitz,
I would
and then
die
we could
for
do
you
like
was so good.
we could have 2 Fitz out. We could do like you singing regular like crooning with Fitz, the driving crooners, and then but we could also do a Fitzy Mo Christmas, which is just Christmas music. Yeah.
Me singing a little town of Bethlehem or something like that. God, Take Me With You though. Also, I love that song. And Let's Go Crazy is amazing too. God, I think it still is Purple Rain on that album, but man, Computer Blue. Oh, When Doves Cry, obviously.
Oh.
Beautiful Ones is a good song. Darling Nikki. It's a horny song, but it is a great song. Man.
No, I'll go Prince song too. Give me just Baby I'm a Star.
Sorry, it's a great song. And you know what? I'll make it a trifecta. Let's do I Would Die For You.
Look at us. We all have Walls fever, huh?
Yes. What a freaking album. I've got that vinyl.
We love Minnesota. We love the great state
yes,
of Minnesota.
How about you and your crew versus me and the revolution? Assemble your crew.
I'd like to visit Minnesota one day.
Yeah, I would love to go to Target Field.
It's the hockey. It's the state of hockey, my friends.
Well, it certainly is.
It's true. Did you guys see the tweet earlier today? I retweeted it. It was like various news outlets. It was like CNN, in quotes, Kamala.
NBC
select,
Sports Boston.
NBC Boston. Kamala selects Minnesota governor, Minnesota the state that we
Kevin
traded.
Garnett from.
Yeah, exactly.
Home of the
And then won the
Timberwolves, who
and-
were involved in the 2007 trade for Kevin Garnett.
And after which we won the 08 title. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
Be a
we got
long couple.
Ortiz. We love Minnesota. We love Minnesota here in Boston.
We sure do. Is there anyone else? Randy Moss.
Also, yeah.
Hold on. Let's see if we can complete it. Who we need the hockey one? Charlie Coyle.
Fucking Charlie Coyle. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Liam, any MLS transfers from, is it Minnesota United to the Revolution?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I would have no idea.
Randy
I would
came
have
from the
no
Raiders,
idea.
actually. Randy came from the. He was
Yeah,
on
but
the
we don't
Raiders.
really talk
No,
about
but he
Randy
started
with
with the Vikings. He started with the
Alright.
Vikings.
You know, let's
counts, it
let's-
counts,
let's-
count it.
Let's challenge ourselves. Let's think about someone who actually did go straight from Minnesota to New England here. I'm trying to think through.
I know. I'm racking the mouse. I started to when I read that. I
got
nothing. Yeah, I don't. Oh, here. Players that have played for the Vikings and Patriots.
Well, there's going to be a lot. You know what I mean? I'm trying
Cordell
to
Patterson. That's a good one.
Was there a team in between?
Matt
Before the Vikings?
Castle.
Castle took him to the playoffs, didn't he?
He sure did.
Or was it the Chiefs that he took to the playoffs?
No, when Brady tore his ACL, he was our quarterback.
Yeah, but he didn't take us to the playoffs. We went 11-5, but we missed the
I
playoffs.
was saying Vikings.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think
yeah.
he may have taken the Chiefs.
And I think
to
it
the
did it.
playoffs.
I think it did. What a resume.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck
Matt
it, I'm out
Castle, Matt Castle made so much money off of that torn ACL from Brady. Not to put it
on-
callously
Oh,
like
God
that.
bless
but it
him.
is true.
There's nobody
Yeah.
I respect more than a quarterback cashing in on an injury. I think
Banker,
that's like,
salute.
yeah,
That's the dream. Because if you do poorly,
It's good
everyone's like,
work
well,
if
he's
you
just
can
the
get it.
backup, right?
it's good work if you can get it.
You know, but if he does well, it's like, well, another bag.
Who I always there's like 4 Patriots backup quarterbacks that kind of meld in my brain together. Like all those like late aughts ones. It's like, well, Jesus, who died? Who's the one that died?
Ryan Mallett.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I
Tragically,
usually
yeah.
mix him and Matt Castle, and
Remember Rohan Davey?
there's one other one.
Obviously Hoyer.
Yeah, of course. Well, Hoyer was their backup.
JT
I feel like Hoyer's
A
still on the
decade.
team.
Something like that.
Ryan Mallett. That's the one. That's the other one.
Ryan. We just said Ryan
Yeah.
Mallett. That's the guy who
Oh.
died. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
He was,
Oh,
he was
sorry.
buddies with Middlebrooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like childhood
Arkansas.
friends, weren't they?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
grew up.
Yeah.
Texarkana.
Texarkana. That's right, Liam.
It was Middlebrooks, Mallet, and they grew up with that kid who went to Oregon too. It's like a loaded
What
town for
sport
a hot
did he
second.
play?
Football.
I think Matt Castle did take the Chiefs to the playoffs. I'm looking at it right
Running
now.
back? Like Michael James, I think was his name or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. He was. I think he
Matt
was a running
Castle
back.
made a
It
Pro
was
Bowl.
those.
That's so
Yeah,
sick.
for
the
him.
Chiefs, right?
Yeah, 2010.
He was all right with the Chiefs, with the Chiefs.
God bless him. We got Patrick Chung for Matt Castle.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
That's a
Three-time
good
champ.
return.
3-time champ. God bless him.
True. That's true. Remember
Patrick
Damon
Chung-
Stewart back up? No.
Patrick Chung in all time leaves the Patriots for briefly and then comes back on for pennies on the dollar. He left for 1 year and then came back for 7 more.
The old Jamie Collins trick.
Yeah, it's such a classic.
Jamie Hollins.
I think that's about all I've got.
I'm starting to get the itch for football. My voice crack. I'm starting to get the itch for football, gentlemen.
I know.
Obviously,
I'm
I'll still be watching
preemptively-
baseball, but
I'm preemptively pissed off about the Ayuk thing already. I know we're not going to get him. Have the Pats
so
have
good.
never gotten to the finish line with stuff like this sort of high
except for the time that they
leverage.
got Randy Moss, but
That wasn't a bidding war though. He was like damaged goods.
true. Yeah, you talk about pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
I don't
turn that
think
dollar into
Kraft
$20.
has never once been a man in these negotiations type thing.
Well, it's not. It's well, I guess yeah, it is. It's how much they want to pay him.
It's Calvin Ridley. It's fucking D Hop. With
Calvin
What?
Ridley, I will say they offered more money than Tennessee. He didn't want to come here. They offered him about like $25 million a year.
Okay, so
Like, I think it was
make up the difference. That's how you get free agents. That's like
They bid them, Jake. They bid the most. They gave him the biggest offer.
I'm saying Fitz. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Bid more. Bid more then.
$30 million for Calvin Ridley.
I don't know, man. Who was catching balls last year? Juju Smith-Schuster? Fuck
Fair
out of
enough.
here.
But
That's like
let's
the
look at the
worst wide
market
receiver
right now.
I've ever watched in my life.
Wide receiver contracts for 2024. Okay, just to give you an idea.
Yeah. Okay.
If it ever decides to load. Well, it's giving me total guaranteed for total. I want it by year. Just, the AAV along those lines. Highest paid. I know Justin Jefferson got like 9 figures. I want to know it for 2024 season. Thank you, Yahoo. May 16, 2024. We're not talking baseball anymore, so you guys can do it. Okay, just to give you an idea. $25 million, which I believe was the
Pod on
number
Route
for
1.
Calvin
We've
Ridley.
transitioned to Pod on Route 1 for the final,
Solid
15
number,
minutes.
yes. Solid player, right? But 25
Okay.
for him.
Who?
That
I
would-
missed the name. Sorry.
For Calvin Ridley. If they gave him 25
Oh, all
per,
right. I would have given
you're
him
talking
that.
about
Was-
he would be slotted right at number 6, tied with Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith is a better receiver than Calvin Ridley.
Sure is. Yeah.
That's $1 million more than DK Metcalf. That's almost
Yeah. Well,
one
I
and a-
would have. I think he's okay. Continue.
He's also mid quarterback play, and that entire offense is getting
Yeah.
overall. DK is still good. It's not all on DK. That's about $1.5 million more than I know he was hurt this past year, but when he's on, he's like a top 3 receiver. $1.5 million more than Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is at 28. AJ Brown just got up to 32. Amon-Ra St. Brown is at 30 per. So you're talking $25 million a year, which I think that's the number I saw on The Athletic. I was reading an article about
I don't know.
the
Go
Ayuk situation.
27. Fitz, I'm just saying, like, at a certain point, coffee's for closers.
And I agree that like it's never
Like-
going to be a one-to-one correlation of, okay, this is the best player, he makes the most money. It's never like that. Baseball, football, basketball, any sport like that, you name it, it's never going to be that one-to-one correlation. Jordan Love just got like the biggest quarterback contract in the league. He's a good quarterback. He's not
Hey,
top
good for
5.
him, huh?
Never mind being number 1.
Well,
like, Tua
quarterback
got a huge
contracts
bag.
are like that's
Yeah, it's
kind of a
different. I
unique
understand
sort
that,
of
but
thing.
you could do it with baseball. You could absolutely do it in some instances with baseball. It's not always one-to-one, the direct correlation of, the best player makes the most money. That's just not how it works. It's when you hit the market, who is available to flaunt that money around, how desperately they want them. That's just how these sort of markets work. So yeah, you're going to have to shell out for someone like a Calvin Ridley, even if he's not a top 5, 6, 7 receiver in the league. You're going to have to give that money. Same goes for Ayuk, So, but on the flip side of that, when is a 26, 27-year-old receiver of Ayuk
I'm giving
still
Ayuk
available
35 if it brought him to me. I really
Fair
don't
enough,
care anymore.
right? Yeah, it's not your money. That's fair.
No, who cares? The salary cap in the NFL is even faker than in baseball.
It's made up.
frankly.
Ask the Saints about that, right?
Yeah, it's completely made up.
And again, like, it's when is a guy of his caliber going to be available for a trade like this? Because any other skill position player of his caliber at his age, for the most part, they're going to get locked up. I mean, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb will get a deal from the Cowboys at some point. All these guys are going to get huge deals, but Ayuk isn't someone of his caliber. Okay, let's. I would be hesitant to give up a first-round pick for him, just because I know the team's still probably going to be bad with or without Ayuk. But yeah, besides that, I wouldn't leave many stones unturned in this situation to acquire his services.
I'm glad we agree.
Yeah, a little extra.
He almost certainly is gonna go to that sex pervert in Cleveland.
Yeah,
though.
in Cleveland
or
yeah,
Pittsburgh. They're still in it too, who also have a history of sex perverts. So maybe it's that.
They do.
They do. They certainly do.
Apologies to any Steelers fans who might be listening. A couple of my friends are Steelers fans.
Yeah, my dad's a Steelers fan.
Sickos.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a matter of their parents. You know what I mean?
Well, no, it was just nobody wanted to be a Pats fan in the 70s.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's true.
They were fucking dog shit.
Yes, and they're not on TV, but the Steelers and the Cowboys and the Niners were, that's how that fandom develops. And people in my age, that's what my dad watched, so that's how I became a fan of them. It's, same idea.
Yeah, I broke it though. I was getting into football right, like the 07 Pats. So I was like, fuck no.
You picked
I
a
was
bad
like,
time.
the Steelers.
And then the next year, the Steelers won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years, right? I think
No,
it was
after the 18-1 season.
Oh, that's when they beat the Packers.
It was the
that was
very
the
next
Cardinals.
year.
That was the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
What a
Packers.
game! What a game!
What a game! I think that's the best
Here's the
Super Bowl.
43?
Non-Pats. What a game!
Yeah, that's a hell of a game, man. Here's the thing with Super Bowl 43.
That's my favorite catch in the history of football. The Santonio Holmes catch.
Yeah.
Nasty. And then the
Special.
Larry Fitz touchdown before that was crazy.
Poor Larry.
nuts.
Poor Larry scores like one of the longest touchdowns ever. No, it doesn't matter at all.
Dude, that wasn't even the longest touchdown
The
of that
Ja-
game. Yeah, James
The James
Oh my
Harrison
God,
one
that's
pisses
right.
me off. Pisses me off so much because they're
Him
like
getting
with it. They're
oxygen
with him
on the
the entire
sideline.
time. Yeah.
So here's
I
the thing.
hated that.
Two quick notes about Super Bowl 43. Super Bowl 43, as great of a game as it ended up being, that's the Cardinals Steelers one. It ended up being a great game. It really wasn't all that good of a game in that first half. You had that crazy return before Bruce Springsteen took the stage.
I don't hold games to the first half.
Sure. I'm just saying, like, from
No,
start
I know,
to
I
finish.
get- I know,
I know you said non-Pats.
I know what you're saying.
I know you said non-Pats, but if you're talking about best just Super Bowl game from start to finish, evenly matched back and forth, it's 49, the Pats and Seahawks, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Because that game was complete from wire to wire. It was one hell of a game. But yeah, the ending of Super Bowl 43, Pittsburgh, Arizona, was crazy. Crazy
Nuts.
good.
Nuts.
Second note about that game. I know my dad often listens, and I may have even mentioned this before on the pod, but I'll mention it. I don't know when I would have had the opportunity to mention this, so I'm taking advantage now. My dad had he stood to win like $1,000 on a square for like the first half score of that game, and if you recall, obviously 99-yard touchdown going the other way, it's like a 14-point swing. Arizona's about to score with like 10 seconds left, so he was like, I'm not gonna win this. I've got one of the numbers, but I'm not gonna get this Pittsburgh number right. Wrong. Ends up going the other way, and he starts freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god, I just won it! I won it! Holy!" Because they had to review to make sure he didn't step out of bounds. It was a
Right.
long process, like 5-10 minutes to make. Maybe not 10, but the point is, they had to review it. Took a while. Call stood, and he started going excited. Saw triple zeros on the clock for the first half, but he realized they had to kick the extra point.
Oh no! How did they have the point? What was the snap? Like, had they missed an extra point? Like, I'm curious. How did that number?
Like his score? Say I forget what the score would have been. Say he had like Pittsburgh 6, Arizona 7, and it was
okay.
10-7
That's
Steelers.
brutal.
That's
Harrison
tough.
takes it the other way to go to 16, but then
When did it hit
he
him?
realized-
When they started lining up for it?
as like they showed, I don't think it was Chris Boswell at the time, but whoever their kicker was.
Yeah.
He goes, oh no. He instantly it clicked, and he was like, "Listen, no!" And this is when it
That's
was
sad.
5 yards away, and he kicked it, and he goes,
Right.
"Well, can't miss what you didn't have." He got over it pretty quickly. If that was me, he's a better man than me. If that was me, I would be beside myself, absolutely beside myself. But yeah, Red Sox have the bases loaded, top of the 5th.
Oh, do we? How many outs? I'm gonna
Yeah.
go watch.
Two.
Dos. Connor Wong
No.
up.
Whatever. Well, I love you guys so much.
I love you very much.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
Liam.
I love my boys. I love my boys.
And God bless. I love my
And,
God, and I love my country, and God bless America.
What else can you say?
Yeah.
And we love the listeners too. We love the
We
listeners
do.
oh so very
We
much.
do.
Are you tired? CPA.
I don't know. I'm unemployed.
You'll get back on though. Like it's tough moving to a new city.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Got to thug that shit out.
I'm being a good stay-at-home husband, boyfriend right now, though.
Hell yes. Supportive king.
Domestic.
Hell
That's
yes.
nice. It's 2024.
So true. It is.
I want to be a domesticated king so badly, dude.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Do you like the bookshelf I put together, guys? A little Billy
I
bookshelf.
was gonna say, it looks like you guys like fully moved in.
Nice.
It looks
Well,
very
no, we're not
organized.
at all. But we did get
Yeah,
this
I know.
Billy bookshelf, and I put these doors on all by myself.
Nice.
looks good.
That's no easy task, man. Putting together furniture like that's a pain in the ass.
I love it actually. And I don't mean it. I don't mean it in like a like I love working with my hands. Like I like Legos,
Salt
you
to the
know.
earth.
I like
Yeah,
Legos,
no, it's
and
like it's adult Legos.
it's like
adult
big Legos. Speaking of, my
Yeah.
Lego Jaws set arrives tomorrow. I'm so very excited.
There you go.
Yeah.
Should get that Lego Zelda set, the Deku Tree.
Oh, I know that's pricey though.
Yeah, it's like $250 or something like that. I saw
No,
that on
is it? Well, is it only that? I thought it was more than that.
Maybe it is more. I don't know.
Dude, those
I thought it
prices
was
are out of
3.
control.
It's 3. Yeah. That's
Is it
heavy.
cheaper to buy a Switch and the game?
No, I think it's maybe the older Switch. A Switch, the
the
smaller
handheld, the
one.
light?
Yeah, you can't dock. I think it is cheaper.
Well, there
That's
you go.
insane.
But I'll tell you what's fucking sick about the Deku Tree is it's 2. You have the option to build either the Ocarina of Time Deku Tree or the Breath of the Wild Deku Tree. Which is
Jake, I think
kinda
I've played
fun.
enough Tears of the Kingdom to say that as much as I really like that game, I think I like Breath of the Wild more. Tears of the Kingdom is probably a better game, but I think I like Breath of the Wild more.
Oh gosh, I couldn't say. I think probably same. I don't know. I love
Like,
Ultra Hand. I had a lot of fun with Ultra Hand.
I'm close to beating it, but I've been busy with college football, so I take a long time
Fair.
on games. I don't breeze through them. I like to take my time.
Well, my laptop's about to die, so
So we
with
should probably
that-
end this.
yeah.
Hey, hour and a half, gentlemen. Not so bad.
I'm surprised we went this long.
As was I. I thought, because we got to an hour and I was like, oh, we didn't even take our second break. Got another half hour out of it. None of it was about baseball. Well, I guess
This is baseball adjacent. Well, where would the Red Sox
Yeah,
play a game?
exactly.
things
Yeah,
of
that's
that
true.
nature.
That's true.
Things of that nature.
Went into the economics of wide
I
receivers.
like that we did our. I like that we did our song of the week and emoji of the week like 20 minutes ago.
Hey, these things, again, what did I say? It's like choose your own adventure. I didn't know that we were going to be talking about Brandon Ayuk's contract at the end
The
of this
third
episode,
leg of the
but
show is always a mystery.
We have
I don't
fun.
put really. I
have
rarely
fun.
ever put time codes in the third. Maybe I'll put one time code in the third part of the show because that's the fun part. These are for the true fans. Conversations like these.
Yeah, the real ones
Conversations about
stick
Calvin
around
Ridley's
to the end.
economics. Yeah. So, all right. Is that going to do it, though? Is that everything?
That's all I got.
Yes.
That'll do it for this edition of Pawn on Lansdowne. We appreciate you, as always, for hanging around with us. We truly do all season long, all year long, shooting the shit with us. So, for Jake, for Liam, I'm Fitz. You're you. We will talk to you next week. Until then, go Sox. Go Pats getting Brandon Ayuk. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go.
And obey your mother.
Hey!
Dark Brandon.
We'll have fun with that.
Whoa!
if
Hey!
he does come.
Whoa!
I guess I don't know who this guy is. Here we go. First it was Diddy, I can't wait.
Oh my God!
I don't
Obey
know
your
what
mother.
this guy looks
Obey your
like.
mother. Obey your mother.
Obey your mother.